All right, so you can go ahead and add your folded allowance. Extend your line, and then you can go ahead and cut. All right, and then of course you go ahead and add your windows. You already know how to do that, so I'm going to move on to the next pattern. All right, so the next one is going to be the vamp. Let's see if this paper is big enough. Yes, it is big enough for it. All right, same thing, you're going to scroll, fold over, and then as you can see there's a curve in the vamp. So you're going to make sure that the end of the beginning and the end line up exactly to the folded edge. So it's going to come out straight instead of curved. And then we go ahead and trace that. All right. And then we can just add our allowances from here. This is going to be the sewing allowance because this is going to fold and sewn on top of that. So we're going to do 5 millimeters here. And based on whether this is going to be on top of the quarters or underneath the quarters, you're going to go ahead and add either your sewing allowance or your folding allowance. So I'm going to leave that entirely up to you. But I'm just going to go ahead and add sewing allowance because this is going to go underneath it for what I'm doing. All right. All right, you extend the line and then extend, and then you go ahead and cut. Same thing, you can cut it together. Instead of doing one at a time, you can go ahead and cut it together. And then you can do your windows and flip it over. All right. So you go ahead and create your windows here, here, fold it over, and then bring those to the over here to the other side of the pattern. Right. And so the next one that we're going to move on to will be how to do the quarters. All right, so let's get a bigger piece of paper. All you need for the quarter is just one side, and that's it. Because you're going to flip it over to do the other side. Then you can go ahead and transfer your eyelet. And that is a quarter, sorry. I have to erase the other end. And that's it. So this is not part of it. This has to come down here. And this has to come down here. And then once again, you just go ahead and straighten it out. And let's take out the unwanted part. And then we are going to go ahead and add our allowance here based on whether it's going to be folded or it's going to be sewn on top. So just for the demonstration, I'm going to add folding allowance to it. And then we do the same thing for the top. And of course, if your design, you're just going to leave it raw edge, then you don't have to add any of these allowances. You're just going to